Hello and welcome to Bert's Imperfect Bakes, the channel where it's okay to not bake perfectly every time. I'm Bert and this week I'm going to be making a chocolate orange cake, which is a request from my sister. So, like all standard cakes, we're going to start with some butter and some sugar. This time I'm using light brown sugar and I am mixing it all together to make it smooth. In hindsight, I'd probably use caster sugar. Don't know what the brown sugar did, but it wasn't the best of chocolate cakes in the end. So mix all that together, the butter and the sugar, whichever sugar you're using. Give it a good mix so it's all creamy and good arm action. You can use electric whisk, FYI. And then get a sieve, because I forgot to get one out earlier. Crack some eggs into your bowl. I'm using 2 eggs for this recipe. Mix well after each addition. Obviously this is sped up, so I'm not actually going at this speed. And then we're going to add a little bit of flour just to prevent curdling with the eggs. Add the other egg. Quick hand wash. Egg goo on my hands. Another mix. So it's all nicely combined. And then once that's done, we're going to add the flour via the sieve and some baking powder. Sieve all that together. My baking powder was already in my flour bowl. Add some cocoa powder. Smush those end bits through that won't go down. And then stir that. Make a mess of your worktop in the process from all the flyaway flour powdery bits. And stir until it congeals, essentially, into a nice creamy batter. And we'll sleeve it up because this is hard work. There you go. And now I'm adding my melted chocolate orange bar. So this is just a supermarket own brand that I found while I was doing my food shop, and I thought that will do. Melted that over a pan of boiling water. And that, or simmering water rather, not boiling, that would be dangerous. And then once it's melted, add it into the batter mixture. Give that a good mix. And then we're going to pop it into a couple of tins. These are 8-inch round cake tins. You can also do cupcakes or any other kind of cake that takes your fancy. Once you've got them in your desired container, we're going to add no, that's a lie, we're not adding anything. We're going to smooth them out. That's what we're going to do. Sorry, I was distracted. My sister is calling me. She's bored out of her head at a football match that she's not interested in. Anyway, so I'm getting my spatula and my offset palette knife and smoothing out the batter in each of the tins so it's nice and flat. As you can see, it's quite a delicate task. And in the meantime, I'm getting batter on my hands. So yeah, once you've smoothed them out in both tins, tap them down and then pop them in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes, depending on your oven. And there you go. That is that. And while the cake is cooking and then cooling, let's make some buttercream. I'm getting my butter, making that nice and pliable by giving it a good mix with a wooden spoon first, and then adding my icing sugar. I mean, it's much easier with a electric whisk, but I was opting for wooden spoon method and then making a mess with all the powdered sugar all over the worktop. So I started smoothing it around the sieve with a spoon. That seemed to do the job. Then I had to carefully mix it in to the butter. I'm not adding milk this time because last time it was a disaster and wouldn't set. So I'm adding more melted chocolate orange into the bowl, mixing that up very gently so the powder doesn't go everywhere. And then once the powder's settled, I can give it a good vigorous mix with a wooden spoon. Pick the bowl up if needs be. And then scrape off any excess with a spatula. And then we can carry on mixing before decorating our cake. So I've got my base layer and another spatula, and adding a good dollop onto the centre there. Then smoothing it out. You could add orange jam as well, like marmalade for example. Make it extra orangey, but if you're a fan, feel free. Smooth out the buttercream on your base layer. So make it so it's all in the edges, all even. And then we're going to add the top layer. I inverted my top layer so that the base of it was on the top, just to make it a bit neater. And also because the top had sank slightly, but by inverting it, the top then sank again, ever so slightly. But that's fine. Cover it with buttercream, no one will ever know. And then smooth that top layer out. You need slightly more buttercream on the top layer, just to give it more oomph. And keep spreading, make it so it's all at the edges. And sprinkle with some remaining chocolate orange bar that's crumbled up and not melted. And voila, we have a beautiful chocolate orange cake. So we have made this delightful cake, and this is take 2 because I've already taken a piece out of it. But it's looking alright. So I'm going to sample the piece I cut earlier to see if it tastes like chocolate and orange. The reason I'm doing a take 2 is because I cut my head off in the last take. So anyway. Tastes like chocolate and orange. It's definitely a chocolate orange cake. Highly recommend making that if you're a fan of chocolate orange. So, if you like this episode, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell icon. And if you have any suggestions for anything you might like me to make in the next episode, please put them in the comments below. Thanks for watching. See you next time.